The thing is, I can give specifics, but everyone's going to have their own, you know, setup, helmet-wise, and you know, their own preferences and their budget. I think the budget is a massive one, and that's why I bought the Sony action camera, because it was, you know, it's half the price of a GoPro, with the same specs as a GoPro 3 Plus Black Edition. You know, I wanted it for the 60 frames per second at 1080p. What I actually prefer is the 120 frames per second that the GoPro 4 does, but you know, you're paying a lot of money, and I won't be using the 4K functionality on that, and I'm waiting for other manufacturers to bring out a 120 frames per second option. And the other thing is the viewing angle on the Sony is 170 degrees, which is very, very good. Oh, right, okay, so we went from abandoned car to broken down taxi. It's the same spot. It's like the Bermuda Triangle of bus lanes. Yeah, so hopefully you're enjoying the new angle, and you can see a lot more. And it's also on the left-hand side, because you know we drive on the left-hand side here in Britain, and you know, it makes sense to have it on the left-hand side. I could always put it back. You know, if enough people say, oh, you know, we don't like it, I could put it back. It's not a problem, because I've got the mounts on each side. Now, you know, I didn't take it off. I just got some more mounts. I think it's just it was easier that way. Let's just say that. Okay, so general points, right? Think about your budget. Think about, you know, how, you know. I mean, obviously go for, you know, the highest top end that you can afford, because you do want a quality picture, even if you are chatting shit like me. Because there's no point. There's no, you know, it's you know, I'm not gonna. I don't want to be snobby here, but you know, the picture tells all of the words, right? Even if you play music to it, right, and you can't capture your audio, then don't worry about it. That will come. Just make sure the picture's good, because you know that's YouTube, isn't it? People go on there to see shit. And as for external audio, well, I've got a Zoom 2 recorder, which was about 80 quid second hand, and it's very good. I mean, you know, again, I got that from RJ. You know, he said he puts it in his pocket. I think he sticks a dead cat on it, and he sticks it in his jacket pocket, and away he goes. And you know, obviously, when you listen to the Nuda and you know, especially the BMW, I mean, just Jesus, you know. Is that even legal? Because that shit is amazing, man. It's like porn to the ears. It's just blissful, mate, blissful. You know. Yeah. See, look, filtering. Want to filter too fast? Always filter 5 to 10 miles an hour above this sort of traffic. You don't want to go too fast, because you won't have time to react. You get me? That moped's harassing that guy, man. I can't believe it. It's like a little yapping dog against a Rottweiler. See, I'd like to keep my distance. There's no point in me harassing anyone. I ain't gonna fuck about, you know. You know, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. There's no point in killing yourself. It might look good on YouTube, but you know. Suzuki Vstrom, very nice, very tall bike, that, very tall. I think it competes with the GS 1200, but you know, it's a good bike, very good bike, great commuter, but it's too tall for me. She's 50 here, but you know, nobody likes doing that. Nobody likes obeying the law. So I had a question yesterday about my gear. Especially about these gloves. So these gloves are the Triumph Tri-Climate gloves with a thin silhouette layer, and they're supposed to be for colder, wetter weathers. But I'm wearing them now in the summer, 10 degrees, yeah, summer, and they're pretty good. You know, they you know, they're not overly hot. You know, I can wear them, so that, you know, I would recommend them. They're very comfortable and they're waterproof. I rode down from Ipswich for 3 hours in a drizzle, constant drizzle. It was shit. You know, the only part of me that got wet was my crotch, because you know, water likes to blow into that area from all that constant riding. Yeah, let's talk about the cost of bike gear, because that is fucking, you know, it's phenomenal, you know, what you can spend. And you know, you wreck it once, you've got to replace it. So, you know, a helmet, okay, a helmet, man, can cost you up to £500, right? Yeah, you can buy a cheap one for 40 quid, but no, you know, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, so, and you're supposed to replace them every 7 years or something, and they get replaced, you know, if they've had a knock, you know. So, you know, that's like nearly £100 a year, 90 quid a year. And then the, you know, jackets can cost the same. In fact, for some reason, you know, you're looking at, you know, the gold figure is £400 or £500 per item for quality gear. This is good shit. You can buy mediocre stuff for half that, but you know, if you want the top end stuff and the designer stuff, as it were, you're going to be paying for it, mate. And you know, you can end up spending £1,000 easy. But no, I didn't spend that much because I'm frugal as fuck. You know, I just can't, you know, there's no way I can do that. Spend £1,000 on gear. You know, okay, that is retail price. You know, you could probably find decent gear second hand. Yeah, you shouldn't buy second hand helmets because obviously you don't know the history. But you know, you can tell. You can tell if it's. You should be able to tell. But you know, when it comes to jackets and boots and gloves and shit, it's, you know, as long as it's not got a gaping hole in it and there's not a dead biker wearing it, you should be fine, right? There are options out there. You don't have to spend £1,000, but you know, I know people who do, and they buy some bizarre shit, man. I've not seen it before, but there's apparently a all body airbag that you strap yourself into, and when you come off the bike and it de-straps, it blows up. That's crazy, isn't it? I've never seen that before. I didn't even know they existed. I can't go around that. It's not allowed, really. It's bad form, I think. Let alone bad, you know, bad breaking the law. Motorbike gear, man. Again, just it's the same as the camera advice. Just, you know, go for the top end of your budget. Get what you can. Make sure it's EU or EC or whatever it is, EU approved safety regulations and all that palaver. Especially the helmet. You don't want to get cheap Chinese knockoffs like I do. Nice Triumph Herald. I had a school teacher who had one of those once, and he took us to I think it was Banbury Art College. That was a great day. That was a very long time ago. He's a great teacher. Loved him to bits. I think people like that only come very few and far between, really, in your life, because they're genuine. And they stay genuine, you know. And you see a lot of idiots, unfortunately. But that guy was really good, you know. He was a gentleman and a scholar and a teacher. I'm just an old romantic who's going to be late for work. I've got kids staring at me now. Yeah, I don't know how teachers do it, man, because they see a lot of they see a lot of kids, right, go through the schools and the classes and shit. And you know, I can't. How do they keep track? It's crazy, you know, because they know every individual, every name. You know, it's like, I don't know, 400 pupils at school or something, maybe more, probably more now, because they've joined up the schools, haven't they? And you think, how do you know? Christ, I can't even keep up with my family members. I won't have a clue. I just keep calling them, oi, stop that. Even if they were learning in class. Yeah, stop that, stop learning. Just sit down and shut up. Yeah, worst teacher ever, right? Especially my attempts to show you guys, you know, the bike controls. I fucked that one up royally. It's the problem, isn't it? When you haven't researched the subject material and you just wing it. So I'll try to do a bit more prep. The only problem with that is, right, is because I'll be doing more and more backstage stuff, you know, I think the videos being released will just slow down, because, you know, that's the way it is, really. I think because at the moment, you know, I'm just pumping them out daily, so that'll slow down. You know, I was thinking about doing 4 days of vlogging, right, 1 day of editing, and releasing like one video a week. right? But we'll see, because you know, I've got family commitments which I've ignored, by the way, for a month, and it's not good at all, because I've just got lost in this vlogging world. It's crazy. Got to be careful, man. Shit takes over your life. We'll see what happens, guys, because I want to keep the video short, but I can't help but go on these longer and longer rides and keep, you know, talking, and I don't want to cut out too much. There is a lot of faff in there, so imagine how much faff there is that I've cut out, and you guys, I save you guys from it. Do you get me? So yeah, hopefully the production will be tighter, and unfortunately the videos will slow down. It's just the way it is, really. There's nothing I can do about that. Quality over quantity, you know what I mean? That's the biggest fear when you're pulling up to a junction like that. The biggest fear is, you know, is the guy behind me going to hit me? You know, at least that's my biggest fear. And then pushing out into oncoming traffic, that's a double whammy. Yeah, so it's difficult. It's difficult to maintain a conversation with yourself, honestly. And you know, my advice is, you know, treat it like you're talking to an old friend, or you know, just maybe having a polite dinner conversation about you know, gangbanging. But yeah, just treat it like an old friend, honestly, and then you get more comfortable that way, and relax. Don't think about the, you know, millions of anonymous you know, people on the internet who are, you know, literally laughing at how shit you are, and you know, can't wait to, you know, dox you and fuck your life up, right? Or, you know, don't think about that, because yeah, that will just throw you off. There's no point. Just, you know, just be there in the moment, as it were. That's interesting. I've got a moped on my arse, and it sounds like fucking rolling thunder. I'm getting bullied by a moped. They are some of the worst riders, man. They just piss me off. Geezer, moped. But yeah, they just ride up your ass, and they want to race you all the fucking time, and you're like, fuck off, basically. You know, I ain't gonna fucking race you, you twat. But you know, I bet he's gonna try on, because they're idiots, and just let him go around if he wants. See, can you hear that? That's his moped, and he's just slaloming his bike about, trying to warm his tyres up for the race. Fucking bell end. I'm embarrassed now. I don't want to be on two wheels. I just want to get away from him. Go away, leave me alone. I mean, he can overtake if he wants. You know, he's riding me, man. He's riding me hard. It's like prison all over again, man. There he goes. Fucking bell end. Classic. They do it all the time. I guess they can't help themselves. Just to make up for the, you know, smallness of their engine. Bless him. Yeah, so we'll see what the footage shows here. Hopefully it'll be a good angle, and the audio recording isn't going to be too bad. I'll have to sort the cheek pads out. I might have to buy some smaller cheek pads for the helmet, give me a bit more breathing space. Geezer. See, motorcyclists, you know, on bigger bikes, they're more sedate. There's none of this fucking pissing about, racing all over the place.